Welcome back to San Antonio Living. You know Diane Gottsman, she's our etiquette expert. And the last time you were here, you had a request from viewers to answer some questions about how to behave at a funeral. So yes, it's a somber topic, but these are questions that people have, and you don't want to be caught in this situation where you have to go to a funeral and you don't know how to act.
You know, everybody has a funeral story.
Yes.
Even in the green room,
yes,
everybody was telling me their stories. And this is not one of the things we're going to talk about, but I think we should talk about it because it happens all the time to people.
Yeah.
Giggling at a funeral.
Yeah, it does happen.
It happens.
Well, and sometimes, you know, some people want the funeral to be lighthearted, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of different things going on. Let's get to the bottom of these questions.
Okay.
Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Okay. From our viewers this morning. I just had a family member pass away and I didn't go to the house because I didn't know what to say. Is there something specific that I should have said to make it easier?
There's no script.
Okay.
So as long as it's heartfelt, as long as it's sincere, even if you say nothing and you just touch their hand, give them a hug, just show support. That's what's most important.
Is that normal when someone dies? I mean, who goes to the house? Is it just relatives?
So another question was, how do I know if I should go or not? And you know, the bereaved is not thinking about being a good host at that moment.
Right.
So if you're close to them, absolutely stop by.
Okay.
But don't overstay your welcome if you're just going to sit on their couch and watch TV or want to talk. You know, you want to help them, make calls and talk about, you know, let people know, coordinate meals, you know, do something that's useful. Take their kids to soccer.
Okay.
Something.
Help out. Okay.
Help out.
What about exes? So you were divorced, but your ex knew the deceased or the bereaved.
Yes.
Do we bring them?
So yes, you bring them. But
Okay.
the question was, should I go to the funeral if it's my ex-spouse?
Oh.
And you know, some people really want to go to that funeral because it was their ex-spouse. Just saying. But, you know, absolutely, you know, especially if you have children, if there's not a rift, or if there's not some kind of legal battle, if, you know, sometimes you're friends with your ex-spouse's family. So in the best possible world, the answer is yes.
Okay. This is another great question. Do I have to go to the Rosary if I'm not Catholic?
You know, you should.
Okay. Do you go to both?
You can go to both.
Okay.
But if you cannot go, you want to, if you have to pick one or the other because you need to take off work, attend the funeral.
Okay. Okay, good to know. What if you're not Catholic and you go to the Rosary? Can you sit quietly and be okay?
You just don't want to stand out.
Okay.
You know, you just don't want to distract anyone. So you know, if you can kneel, if you've got strong, sturdy knees, just do what everybody else is doing.
Okay. Another question from a viewer. What do I say in a condolence note?
So find a card that expresses your feelings, first of all. And then just write a little something. Again, they're not going to be saying, oh, she said that and meant that, and the comma's in the wrong place. Just say, I'm sorry for your loss, with deepest sympathy, and close it with love, fondly, sincerely. You know, something that you, and make sure you handwrite it, and make sure that you use a postage stamp that is appropriate. Don't be putting a Christmas stamp on a condolence note or you know, a happy fiesta stamp, something that's appropriate for the situation.
What if the service is private or the burial portion is private? Does that mean I can't go?
If it's private and they didn't alert you, didn't notify you, you're not invited to that. And you know, the question was, should I sign a registry? Even if I'm not invited, should I pop in and sign it? And you know, no, you don't need to pop in. You just, it's for whoever's there in attendance.
Should I send flowers to the church? Where do I send them?
So, this is confusing because the question is, should I send flowers to the church, to the home? What should I do? So if you want to send them to the church, beautiful. If you want to send them to the home, beautiful. But there are some religious denominations that you do not send flowers. It's inappropriate. So do your research.
Do your research. And one last question, because this is important. Do I have to wear black to a funeral?
You don't have to wear black, but don't wear red. Okay. Don't wear something that's, you know, red is one of those colors. You don't want to be distracting unless, you know, the family requests it specifically, and they probably won't. Okay. You know, wear something conservative.
Great information. Again, I think the best thing you can do is research before you do anything. But if you've got questions, ask Diane. She's with the Protocol School of Texas, protocolschooloftexas.com. Her website is dianegottsman.com.